Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has made it clear that Iran won't be removing its ubiquitous "Death to America" slogan from the Islamic Republic's political lexicon anytime soon. Well, Khamenei spoke, and this is just ahead of the anniversary of the start of the 1979 hostage crisis, which began with angry students storming the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, taking 52 diplomats hostage for 444 days. The slogan, "Death to America," it's backed by reason and wisdom. That's what he's saying, Jose. He went on to clarify his position, saying it goes without saying the slogan does not mean death to America's nation. I'm paraphrasing. The slogan means death to the U.S. policies, death to arrogance. So he's trying to give some context to what this means. This historic statement that they've been using since 1979, he's saying that it doesn't necessarily echo the way that Iran feels about America, the great Satan. What do you make of this?
I think that it was very important for him to finally come forward and give that nuance that the president, Khamenei, has come forward and said this is not about killing American people. This is about the policy that has been in complete opposition of what is the national interest of Iran. But at the same time, is a slogan, like you said, that has been used by the American media and the mainstream media around the world to create this animosity, to further create this sense of animosity between Iran and the US. And now we see that officially the Ayatollah comes forward and say, well, let's see it like it is. We are against the policies. We are not against the people. We are not calling for the death of Americans. And I think it's an important step also because he was talking to this new generation. He was talking to a group of students, like we've talked before and reported, the amount of young people, the demographic of Iran are so young that they need to change the discourse, even the official one.
What do you make, though, of the Iranian establishment doing this, holding these major anti-Western rallies every time this year to sort of mark the hostage crisis and that aspect of it? You also have Iran's nuclear dossier coming out and saying, that they believe that it's time to thaw the bilateral relationship aspect between the U.S. and Iran regarding nuclear talks. I mean, what do you make of? There seems to be a talking out of both sides of the mouth going on here for me when I look at this, because "Death to America," we're talking about 36 years as a slogan, and it's misunderstood.
I think that is not that it was misunderstood. I think that it's been changing, and now it's very convenient for Iran to become more friendly to the U.S. and to the concept of the U.S. policies, because otherwise they won't get access to these sanctions to be lifted. And I think that's very important for the future of Iran, is to create a new generation of Iranians that actually believe in their government because they were able to get those sanctions lifted and bring a new economic rebirth to the country. And in order to do so, they have to back off on that anti-American rhetoric that they had for so many decades.
So you're saying, I hear what you're saying. You're making a reference to the nuclear deal that Iran struck between the U.S. and six other nations, six other powers. I want to say between Iran and six other powerful nations. It wasn't just us. It's interesting to me to see how this slogan, they're trying to rebrand it. Why not just do away with it? I mean, they're really not mincing words with "Death to America," and it really doesn't belong in the diplomatic era that we find ourselves in with Iran, in my opinion.
I think this is something that is the beginning of phasing out that, and it will last at least many years for us to see when that completely disappears from the lexicon in Iran. But I also think that the shifting demographics are pushing this change, and it was something that eventually will get phased out because it's the only option for Iran to become a world player and agree to the laws that the rest of the countries that are engaging in commerce actually do. And, if they uphold their side of the deal too.
And a lot of people say that phrase has lost its potency in terms of propaganda because it's so old anyway, and that the phrase has to be reduced or clarified at this point. But let us know what you think about this story, about the position, the slogan, "Death to America." It doesn't really mean death to America. It just means death to America's arrogance. Let us know what you think about this story in the comments below. While you're at it, be sure to check out the rest of our channel and, of course, subscribe to the Lib TV for more.